just because she's a great person. But I think from a professional standpoint, Lela is, I'm seeing her as a classroom teacher and as the state director for FCCLA. The leadership that she was teaching kids about independence and how to be just good people was unbelievable. And how she was able to work with those kids and make them believe in themselves.
I'm really excited that she is being honored in this fashion, because all her life, during the time that she was working here in New Mexico, she gave everything for kids and for our staff and our teachers, that begin, especially our beginning teachers that got into career technical ed and didn't understand the value of VSOs, which are vocational student organizations. She led them by the hand and kind of explained to them the value that there was behind these student organizations. And not specifically FCCLA, but in general.
Lela's deserving of this honor because she's dedicated the majority of her career to students in New Mexico, helping them succeed and achieve their goals and ambitions, and I'm living testament to that. I was one of her students, and she brought me up through the program, and what she has done for me has just been replicated thousands of times over with students across New Mexico, so I can't think of anybody else who would be more deserving of the award.
Well, I've known Lela Goar since the early 1980s when I started with her with New Mexico FHA Hero. She was the state advisor, and I knew very little about FHA Hero, and she trained me as an advisor. I won many awards throughout my teaching years, and it's because of the way she trained me and what she taught me to do with students. She's never ending with her energy and her love for students and what she did with each one of them.
This is a woman who has incredible leadership skills. She's very sincere, she's very warm. She's been a role model for not only students but also for other teachers in the field. So she has worked in the field a very long time and is highly respected by her peers.
I mean, she was just so warm and caring for people, the teachers, the students, everyone. And so I think she's just kind of, somebody you want to sit down and have coffee with and eat cookies and donuts with. She's just that kind of a loving person.
The caring and wonderful person that she was, she always went the extra mile for people. She never sold you short in any way or form. She was always there to be supportive. If a chapter was in need of help, she gave that personal attention. And if our school officers or our state officers needed some help, she was always there to help those individuals become great leaders.
Lela's a legend. I mean, you go to any school district in the state and you mention her name and you'll have administrators, students, teachers just singing her praises all over, and that's a testament to all of the hard work over the decades that she committed to teaching and developing leadership skills and helping students attain leadership roles throughout New Mexico. She's an icon for sure.
Lela's legacy has lived on and on. As I said, I started a program called Pro Start because of her direction throughout the state, and won Pro Start of the Year and started a culinary program that was recognized throughout the nation. And just last night I heard that one of the students her and I worked with won the Colorado Pro Start Teacher of the Year. And that's her legacy. Her legacy continues on in students' lives that they've touched through advisors and then on to the different students.
In terms of her legacy, I think that particularly students are going to feel like they gained some real skills for life in terms of the role model that she was for them. And the other thing is that her very positive attitude. She'd always put little notes that said, "You're good stuff." And so it was very, very warm. But she was also a person who could guide in a direction the student may not have wanted to go at that particular time, and for their own good.
How she taught them leadership, how to believe in who they are and how to do what is right, and move forward in their life that way.
A lot of our state officers depended on somebody to give them some direction. And granted, our teachers did that. But there was always that next step of how do you behave? How do you build that character? How do you handle yourself with social issues out there? She was that mama that always provided that guidance to our student leaders.
It's almost indescribable, but everybody I've spoken to about Lela has had a similar experience to mine of, we can't really, and I for one cannot think of where my life would be or where I would be without the influence that she had on all of our lives. She was such a strong influence at helping us to achieve our goals and to become responsible citizens and productive members of society.
One of the strongest programs I remember Lela Goar pushing was called Character Counts. And it had 7 pillars of character that you had to strive to achieve, and she was each one of those pillars. And she worked a lot with state officers and taught them that character, and all of the officers throughout the state. And she was a true pillar of Character Counts.
I guess first off I want to say for students, she's always lent an ear. She's always understood who they were and spent time talking to them about where their life is and what kinds of things that she might be able to assist with and give them a perspective.
When I was in college, I was getting my teaching degree. In case I couldn't get a job doing anything else, I could always find a job teaching. But when I did my student teaching, I fell in love with teaching and working with young people. The opportunity to see them every day and see their growth as they went on, it was just amazing to me. And to see them succeed in whatever they tried. You can take a 7th grader who sits at the back of the room and never opens her mouth, doesn't volunteer for anything, will hardly tell you what her name is. And by the time she's a junior in high school, not only has been a state officer, she's also a national officer, giving workshops for over 500 people, and doesn't think a thing about it. So the things that you see them learn and develop into productive citizens is just amazing to me, and never failed to inspire me as far as the work I did. It seemed like I learned more than the kids did every time. But I guess if I had to single out one issue or one instance, it would have to be at one of our state conferences one year when we were in the awards ceremony, and there was a young lady who had competed in illustrated talk that had cerebral palsy, and as they were calling the names off and everything, she was standing there patiently waiting for her to call her name, and they kept going until she was the last one left. And then all of a sudden they announced her name and said she would be representing New Mexico at the national conference that summer. And as she was helped up on stage and all the way across the stage, she just kept going, "I'm going to national, I'm going to national." And I really, truly believe that proved to me that this organization has something for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are or what your abilities are. You have the ability to succeed through Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. And as their tagline says, it is the ultimate leadership experience. And I truly believe that. Students who are involved in activities such as the FCCLA or many other activities that go on in our high schools today have the opportunity to develop leadership, learn critical thinking skills, decision making, teamwork, these are things that will help them no matter what they go into in life. And when I was working at Eastern New Mexico University, I had college professors tell me that they could pick out students within a week who had been involved in activities in high school, because those were the kids who were willing to speak up, they were willing to ask questions, they were willing to volunteer and give presentations in class, much more so than kids who had not been involved in activities. So to me, that is something that really helps kids in today's society and prepare them for their future.